Greetings, fellow survivors. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostland. Episode 31, Building a Hilltop Fortress. So let's go tend our turnips. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of seeds to put where the turnips are that don't require nitrates. So I'm very happy to have turnips, but I think it's going to be one of these situations where, like, I harvest turnips and then plant turnips because I don't have seeds for other things. So we'll see. That's a lot of plots. With this said, yes, I know I could hypothetically feed turnips to pigs. I just don't think I want to burn all of my turnips in that way. I think that would ultimately be a bad call. But I did get a stack and a half of turnips, which is not bad at all. So putting the turnips away, yeah, I have almost 4 stacks of turnips. It's pretty good. Onions would be a bad thing to plant. Carrots would be okay. So maybe I'll plant as many carrots back into where the turnips were. And then see about how many more plots I have to resow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, as a result, we need to replace 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, you know what? I want to plant 1 carrot, and the reason is they are the most temperature sensitive. So it means that they would likely get stunted soonest. So it's kind of like a canary in a coal mine situation, where having at least 1 onion tells me that we're in stunting temperatures. All right, I don't have dirt. And it's what, 6 p.m.? So my workday is nearly over. I don't mind working at night, though. I might, even though I'm graduated away from, oh yeah, this is going to break, like, first breaking. Well, it survived a little bit longer than that, but still died. So it looks to me like you guys want me to start work on a proper cabin rather than the, like, hobbit dirt hole that I live in now. What were the odds that I had exactly 6 dirt waiting? 100%. Unfortunately, I need 7 dirt now because these turnips are now ripe. As are these. And I'm assuming these other turnips are going to be ripe any minute now. So, yeah. Let's go dig up some dirt so that I can keep farming. But now with my fancy shovel. How close is the flax being ready? 5 ninths. And it's been 5 ninths for a bit, so it's probably closer to 6 ninths. It's probably getting pretty close. So that got replaced. This needs replacing. And again, if you don't know why, it's because the nitrates in the soil got depleted as a result of the growing the turnips. And that affects the growth rate. So it makes, oops, I didn't mean to do that. It makes sense to replace the soil because it's only medium fertility soil. It's not all that special. Rather than, oh God, man, my brain is somewhere else today. Rather than growing turnips on already partially depleted soil. So I don't have a huge variety of seeds. We didn't do a lot of seed foraging. So mostly it's just a lot of turnips. But I think apart from the, 1, 2, 3, 4 turnips here, most of the other crops are pretty immature and aren't going to be ripening anytime soon. So we at least got that done. Alright, I'm going to hide this pole. Obviously, you guys want me to start on a permanent base. I do not have any idea of what that might look like. It's probably going to be made of, like, a mix of cobble and wood, but the actual design I haven't come up with in my head or anything, so I'm just going to be winging it. Completely winging it. The first question that I have to answer is where. And I think partway between where I live and my my smithy hill is probably going to be best. Maybe on this lake or near this lake, somewhere around here. It would also be close, but not too close to my panic shelter. I could also build a stilt house on the lake. So there's a few different options. One, I could build in the mountain. Now that I have iron tools, I could dig into the mountain and live underneath the smithy like a dwarf. I could build a lake house or build a like a mangrove stilt house type thing. So how about you guys decide how to build the living area? Inside the mountain? On stilts? On the lake or pond? Really, it's a pond, but not a lake. Or next to the pond. 3 simple options. So you guys choose. You're the boss. And while you vote on that, let's go ahead and water at least the flax, if not more than that, just to get it growth speed all the way up. Now the potassium in the soil where the flax is growing is getting depleted, but I don't really have a good way of replacing the potassium because I don't have sylvite or compost. Seems to me like inside the mountain is the popular choice. I'm going to leave you a little bit more time to vote. And I'm just brainstorming what that would look like. I think if we do go with the inside the mountain approach, what might make sense is to either go into ruins to look for ancient torch holders, or for me to try to make like brass or something for torch holders, because I don't really want to hammer out a bunch of plates for lanterns, and I don't know if it's a mountain base, torches feel right to me, but we'll see. Now, there are new building materials that could be introduced into the game, which I guess I could have used had it been like a stilt house or next to the pond. So there's like a wattle. Here, I'll actually show you. So there's, if you build like a wattle fence, you can add to it with raw daub on a wattle fence. And raw daub is like clay, dry grass, sand, and soil. To make wattle and daub material. It's honestly not pretty, but it would make sense given that I'm surrounded by clay and dirt and sand. It's all the materials that would be otherwise sourced from around here. Alright, I feel pretty good about the amount of watering I did. I don't know if it's 100%, but it's close enough. Yeah, I think if I did build into the mountain, I would very likely have, like, balconies. And, like, I'd make it feel airy rather than stone and heavy. So that it had a better aesthetic. You know what? These are counting down. I don't think I'm going to be able... you don't need watering, by the way. I'm just, like, watering them for the hell of it. I'm actually surprised. I didn't think they were counting down at all. But I am pleasantly mistaken. Nope, that's not my right tool. Where is my pick? Why isn't my pick on the bar? That's nuts. It's like most needed tool. Are these ingots going to burn the hell out of me? Oh, yeah. Oh, God. They're 500C. Cool. So we have a bunch of meteoric iron. That's swell. And I am going to start working on building into the mountain, I guess. So I do have a spare iron pick, and I could make a meteoric iron pick at this point, you know, with the amount of meteoric iron that I have, so that's kind of fine. If I'm not mistaken, I don't have anything that... Rawhides, pelts, rawhides... Okay, yeah, I don't have borax for borax wash, so there's nothing to do with these barrels at the moment. Cool. Alright, so let's resolve that. And start building a home in the mountain. Kinzenza, thank you for the gifted subs. Oh, what's the date in game? It is December 6th. And by the end of this stream, it will be something like December 12th. Catching up to real life time. Excuse me, you're trespassing. Didn't even... Came to visit me and didn't even bring presents. Death sentence. Alright. I probably don't want my base to be physically too far from the smithy from convenience. So this is, of course, the smithy up top. And what I could do... So there might be a follow-up question here, which is, should I build just below the smithy so that I could connect a staircase up to the smithy, or should I build deeper into the mountain? And if I do build just below the smithy, it would probably be like a multi-layer home so that I have like a crafting floor, a kitchen floor, a storage floor, a food cellar, something like that. So even if it's just below the smithy, you know, it's not like I'm just going to go wide. I'm going to go tall. I'm going to try to match the form of the mountain. So, where exactly should I build? Just below the smithy? Or, near the bottom of the mountain? Or somewhere in the middle? I am completely indifferent. So just near the bottom of the mountain, the other thing that I could do is I could have a water tube all the way down so that I can get down real fast, but getting up would be a bit of a pain. We do have some void here, as you can see. There's already a small cave here in the smithy. And before I really work on this, I just wanted to scope out the area. Before I really work on it, I probably want to whip up some additional torches. If I'm going to be working at night. The top of my little hill mountain thing is actually pretty safe because there's not a lot of physical space that like monsters can spawn. So keeping it illuminated will keep them at bay. So I'm gonna whip up some torches. Nine. Let's do more than that. 12. I'm very lazy, so I don't want to have to light these by hand. And it seems like you guys want to be just below the smithy. Okay. I'll, got it. Alright, while those torches light up, I am going to do some torch resetting of my own. Just so the torches here around the base don't burn out. Oh, we have 11 of 12 blocks needed for one more burn. Of course we do. While I'm working, I won't need a pro pick. There's no reason to pro pick up there. Probably won't need a spare fox. I probably won't need shears. Does shears... Oh, shears even lean. Who knew? Oh, I can hear some neighbors. Come here, buddy. I know, it's not fair. You don't fit, and I can kill you for free. Although in my defense, you didn't drop me anything, so... Rude. Okay, I got my torches. Let's get to work. So given its physical area, like where it's... Oh, turnips? No. Okay. Given where it's physically located, I don't feel the need to have windows, because it's not like Bowtorn are going to be able to, like, shoot in, given that I'm going to be on a mountaintop. At some point it might make sense to make, like, leaded windows or quartz windows or something like that, but... Those sort of aesthetic bonus choices can wait for much later. You know, they don't need to be done anytime soon. Wow, dark. Oh, is it too... No, apparently it's not too windy for the torches at the moment. Good. So I'm just slapping some torches down, just so that nothing spawns around me at night. Some of these might burn out, and I'm sure it's not enough torchlight to actually prevent spawning. I'm just trying to discourage it. I probably want one warm room. Yeah, like one room with a... Maybe where the bed is, or something. Where it's 5 degrees warmer than ambient. That would make sense. So, I don't like the feeling of claustrophobia as a result of my head being too close to the floor above me. So I'm going to go 3 up. If I'm also looking at packed dirt above me, I may want to consider some sort of veneer, or to replace the packed dirt of the smithy, the foundations of the smithy, with cobble slabs. Because it's becoming a... you know, a structural piece of the roof of the living area. And if it was, you know, packed dirt, it just looks wrong. it's a mite bit ugly. Is a gentle way of putting it. I am considering building in full cobble blocks because slab building is just so frustrating, but I haven't really decided on that yet. I should have used up my old copper picks. For this floor, I'll use the iron one, but you're right. Thereafter, I should use the copper ones. There was one reason to use the fast one now, which is I'm not safe at the moment, but I will be safe later on. Because we have a roof overhead already, I'm going to get rid of the snow, because I don't need to be stumbling on snow. It's not going to... Actually, it will snow back here. I just realized the smithy is not above our heads at the moment. But the smithy's above most of this area. Oh, that's a trader. I was like, what is that light out there? It's not mine. It is... this trader? Wow. That's... I mean, I guess. It's far away. Actually, that's not a bad look. I don't hate that. Maybe I won't do anything. What I could do is just... whoa! Fall and get hurt. That's what I could do. Stupid caves. Stupid plate tectonics. Making me break my ankles. Or maybe it's a giant sloth cave. Maybe they, I don't know. Do I need an extra layer in case I punch through the smithy floor? I mean, I don't know how to answer that. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea, but like, I'm also of the mind of like, whatever. Punch through the floor, I'll fix it. Alright, everything that I'm putting down now, this packed dirt, it's all just scaffolding, so that I don't plummet to my, my doom. It's not that I intend to actually use packed dirt as a building material for the base up here. Now, given that it's a mountaintop base, I feel like the primary building material should be cobble with an accent of like wood, maybe oak, to match the mountain. That's what I'll be doing. So let's go slap down a 7x7 of slab where I'm standing here. Wow, I got hungry with all that offhand lantern holding. Who knew holding a lantern would be so dangerous? We may need a lot of quartz eventually for glass? Yes. That very well might be. The last stream I did mine out like all of the red clay around. So I should still have a big... yeah, here it is. We have some slabs. Oops. That's a misclick. A whole bunch of ugly little monsters. And contrary to my wishes, I am deciding on using slabs. It's more affordable, even though I'm terrible at building with slabs. Okay. The Unsealed Croc, it's fresh for 14 years, so I think it's gonna be okay. If I'm still streaming this in 14 years. My grain and fruit sucks. There's not much I'm going to be able to do with fruit. I mean, I know I have honey, but it's best to eat that honey like right before I go somewhere dangerous for the boost. I think actually I'm just going to go through the bushmeat right now. Just cook up some bush. Okay, that sounds wrong. Realistically, it's getting so cold that I might not even need a root cellar. I'll just be able to, like, keep food outdoors for the best bonus. Because the root cellar has a maximum efficiency that we will have, like, exceeded. Okay. So once that bushmeat's done, I wouldn't mind trying to get flax the violent way. Because flax is a big bottleneck that we have. Well, where the hell are you going? I ain't hear no bell. You rotten little trespasser. And given that I have like 14 extra meteor iron, it's not like I can't afford flax damage or falx damage. Right? Like my falx can get smashed all day long, it doesn't matter. I can make tons of them. Of course, these jerks have empty pockets. Hobo drifters. Fine. Was there more? Oh, there's a shiver. I hear you. Are you on the roof? Where is the shiver? Oh, there you are. What is with everyone fleeing from me? I thought you all came here to party. You thought because it was almost spoiled ingredients, the food would be spoiled too? When you cook, it resets spoil timers. Unlike some games where the status of the food translates to the status of the cooked meals. This is like, if it spoils in 1 second and you cook a meal with it, it resets it. Which is not how it works in real life. The waste product of bacteria doesn't go away because you cook things. But who knows? I'm a seraph, I'm an angel, right? Maybe it works... Oh, maybe it works differently for angels. What accent wood? Maybe birch. I mean, there's a lot of birch around me. Here. Very quick poll about that. And then I'll get back to work. Alright, I got my little bushmeat jerky. Bunch of crummy copper picks that can be broken. And some building material. Now, the only issue I foresee building on slab is if it's half block up slab, I won't be able to place things on the ground without it like floating oddly, which I'll demonstrate here. So if you build half block up slab like this, you place things just like float. So what I might want to do is set down like the foundations that I have like this. Not like that. The very opposite of what you see here. Where it's half block up, but from the next block. Let me try this a different way. Like that. So that way, when I put things on it, it won't look wrong. It's still slab, but it will allow my ceilings to be like 3.5 tiles high rather than 3 tiles high. Or 2.5 tiles rather than 2 tiles. So it'll look nicer, I think. It will be a little bit more spacious, and the cost of the project is a lot cheaper as a result of using cobble over expensive building materials. And this is also going to be one of the situations where I'm only going to do some of this, and then I'm going to have you guys vote on whether you want me to continue or work on other projects, so that it's not just like me laying down brickwork for hours unless you guys reaffirm regularly that that's what you want, you digital masochists. Thank God for scaffolding. So we're going about that far out. And I figured I might as well just make it cubic, right? Like, cube is the greatest area for surface ratio. So bang for my buck, we're going to be cubist. Oh, I'm on the wrong floor. It's actually kind of hard to get that floor. I just realized I don't have a way to get there yet. Now, another one of the advantages is if I do cut down this hill, like, I don't even really need walls. Like, I can add them, well, walls, windows, etc. But there's just not much of a chance that things are going to be hostile, given the physical location of where I'm building. So I don't have a lot of worry of like, oh god, things are going to eat me, because like, no. I'm going to be way outside of their line of sight and spawn range. Especially if I put, like, a lantern per floor. The other thing is trying to design it in such a way where, one lantern per floor is, would be a very efficient way of, like, lighting up an area. I have to be on the other side. Why? Gonna be like here? Alright, fine. I'll scaffold the whole thing. Whoa! That was the wrong key. My brain takes a minute because I didn't rebind Control and Shift. So, in this game, unlike every other game, Shift is your crouch and sneak, and Control is your sprint. And because it's backwards, my brain forgets sometimes, and then I like sprint off a cliff. And in this one location, hey, who has fear heights? Because if I let go of Shift right now, we're gonna see if this angel can sprout wings. Whee! An inverted pyramid shape? You know what? We could do that. Have it taper? Flare? Yeah, I like that better. I should have read your comment sooner, because I would have saved myself some effort. One of the other reasons is the smithing needs to be large because of what's going to be up there, but the rest of the base doesn't need to be quite as large. So having giant amounts of floor space doesn't actually make that much sense in terms of like a larger base. Because, you know, it's wasted space. That, and I like this idea because it's just much easier. And ultimately will be cheaper because I'm using fewer building materials as it's tapering. Cute. I like it. So this floor should be the kitchen. And the reason I said that is it should be as close to mechanical power as possible. So this is the kitchen floor. And yeah, I can encase it in glass later. Surely, yeah. That would be the idea in the long run. Alright, I need to get out though. You don't like heights? Well, lucky for you, I have this gorgeous mountaintop property, which will make you nauseous for free. This baby can fit so many drifters during a temporal storm. I miss my iron pick. This thing's slow. Your greatest Vertigo moment was when you get a VR headset for the ISS experience? Yeah, that'd do it. I bet that's, like, scary. Alright, you guys don't really care. The wood accent. Cool. Those turnips are probably done. I know, I can't get my turnips. If only there were cabbages, right? My cabbages! Twitch. That word is okay. Twitch. Well, I won't have to do a lot of excavating on floors beneath me because we have the advantage of the cave below, which creates a natural void, saving me some pick power. At some point, it might make sense to remove some of the surrounding material, but that isn't really needed for the building design itself, so I'm not going to bother doing that now. It's a bit out of scope. But it would add security and, well, beauty, especially if I leave it there, because it's going to block, eastern-facing windows. Does drifter bodies disappear when they die in fire pits? No. The best way to kill drifters passively, in my opinion, is to find yourself a hot spring, and bucket the boiling water, because boiling water won't hurt you, but it will kill drifters. And then to create a drowning trap where drifters are lured to you, get stuck in boiling water, and go the way of the lobster. At some point, I can design a storm panic room, which incorporates mechanics like that. It's just so low priority. But no, I mean, I take that back, because if I do need flax, it would be pretty useful. With that said, I haven't seen on the world map here any indication of geothermal activity around. So I have no idea where I would get boiling water. There's other ways to effectively kill drifters too, but it usually requires you to do some of the manual labor. But drifter boilers are pretty straightforward. They're more or less the same design as they are in Minecraft, with like creating drowning traps for like zombie spawners and skeleton spawners, things like that. All right. So this is what is this? 2 block high? 2.5? I think a 2.5 ceiling is okay. I don't feel claustrophobic in a 2.5 ceiling, so what I think we'll do is I'll lay down the floor work. Oh, literally just one. I'll lay down the floor work for the floor below, and I'm going to need more clay. And we'll just continue to taper. So this is the floor here. And then we'll have to figure out an internal staircase, so that we can traverse from floor to floor, and you know, there's a lot to figure out. But this is just the bare bones. Maxu, thank you for the resub. Oh, I did this wrong already. If it is tapering, it shouldn't be floored here. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And this should be 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to Vintage Story Frostlands, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 12th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Seraphs.